Big Cass kicks off Raw and talks shit about wanting to win the Universal Championship and main event WrestleMania, but he says the fans better not jump on his bandwagon because they were the ones that chanted for Enzo Amore and ever for him. The Big Show comes out and Cass kneels his head down and starts talking to the Big Show's tattoo. Then the Big Show headbutts him and they brawl. Cass escapes before Big Show can hit his punch. Elias Sampson comes out and sings us a song about Finn Balor. He wasn't on last week's show, so I was excited for this, but Balor interrupted him before he could finish. They had a match and Balor won with the coup de grace. The Hardy Boys came out and cut a promo about how they aren't done despite losing last night and threw in little bits of Broken Matt and Brother Nero. The Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows came out and called the Hardys nerds. Matt offers them out to a match and the match takes place. They had a good quick match. Anderson and Gallows got the win with the Magic Killer on Matt, and after the match the Revival came out and beat down the Hardys. Miz comes out for Miz TV with Maurice, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. It's the Mizzies tonight, which is his award show. He gave an award to Maurice, Bo Dallas and Axel and then one to himself and talks shit about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. While the Miz is talking shit, Ambrose comes out and tackles the Miz but then gets beaten down 3-1 by Miz, Dallas and Axel. Rollins comes out to make the save and helps clear the ring. After the break backstage, Ambrose catches up with Rollins and tells him he doesn't trust him and to fight his own battles and that he'll fight his own battles. Bayley and Sasha Banks teamed up versus Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. I don't remember much of the match, but I remember the finish was Bayley beating Alexa with a roll-up. Goldust and R-Truth had their match this week. It was good, and Goldust won with the final cut. Kurt Angle comes out and talks about Braun Strowman refusing treatment last night after Reigns attempted to murder him. And speaking of that, there was a petition started to have him arrested. My neighbour Todd signed it, and here's a screenshot of that. Actually, I'll have him read it. He's over at the moment. Todd, come here. Todd. Come here. Read your comment.
Oh my golly goodness, I couldn't believe what I saw! This man needs to be dealt with. Lock him away and throw away the key! No, I'm serious. I really think he should. I'm telling you.
Alright, that's enough. Come on.
Give it back. There we go.
Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman come out, and Angle starts talking about who Brock should verse at SummerSlam. Paul says he won't verse anyone, and as they go to leave, Roman Reigns comes out and tells Angle to thank him because he didn't know how to handle the Braun Strowman situation, and Brock's never around to. Reigns says he wants a shot at SummerSlam, and Lesnar tells Roman he doesn't deserve shit. Then Samoa Joe comes out and tells Lesnar he's putting his ass to sleep soon, and he tells Reigns that he's never beaten him. Joe and Brock heat up and get in each other's faces, and Angle gets between them. Reigns tries to talk shit about Joe losing, and Joe says Reigns lost too. Angle makes Reigns vs Joe for next week to determine the #1 contender for SummerSlam, but if they fight right now, he'll cancel the match. Akira Tozawa and Cedric Alexander vs Neville and Noam Dar. The match was alright, and Tozawa picked up the win after he hit Neville with a senton off the top rope. Bray Wyatt vs Seth Rollins is the main event. This match happened at the pay-per-view last night, so let's have it again on Raw. The match was okay, and Wyatt won by headbutting Rollins in the eye, and then hitting Sister Abigail. Wyatt does his disappear thing, and then the Miz and his goons come out and beat down Rollins. Ambrose comes out and makes the save with the chair, even though he told Rollins to fight his own fights. Angle's on the phone to someone and tells them to come to Raw next week, and that he's proud of them. He also says I love you to them, and Raw goes off the air with a close-up of Angle in his office. Hopefully they don't do something shit. Speaking of shit, that's all this episode of Raw made me want to do. Well, see you next week for the next Rush Raw review.